I think, unlike a lot of gay people, actually, I personally think that we are overemphasizing the point that people are born gay and that there is a genetic cause to homosexuality. Although I do think that for a large segment of the homosexual population, whether it's male or female, there are very strong genetic components, prenatal influences in terms of hormonal exposure in the womb, and so on. That's not to say that there's just one single route to adult homosexuality. I think that it's perfectly feasible and it's possible that at least a segment of the adult male or female homosexual population had perhaps a genetic predisposition to be gay, but there were also meaningful developmental influences that happened to them in the first few years of life that sort of oriented them toward the homosexual track. And when I say early in life, I mean very early. I think that most of the evidence or the literature on other types of atypical sexual orientation patterns suggests that meaningful things can happen in the first 6 years of life or so. The child is not asexual, counter to what a lot of people would like to believe. The child's sexuality actually is fairly plastic and can be molded based on particular experiences early in development. And we know that from all the research in the fetishes and the paraphilia literature. So it's not immediately clear to me that this couldn't also happen in terms of homosexuality, that for some people there's a stronger neonatal bias toward becoming homosexual later in adulthood. But for others, maybe it happened within the first 6 years of life. But either way, it's completely irreversible. It's not a choice that people make or anything absurd like that. It's something that can't be corrected or changed once it's basically sort of locked or set into place. So whether it happens again in the womb or it happens in kindergarten, it's really completely irrelevant to what we are as adults in terms of our sexual orientation.